Tonight, our special transmission, as a report by the Israeli army finds that friendly fire caused most casualties on October 7th. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Zahra Sayed. Today is the 260th day since Israel started bombing Palestinians incessantly. At least 22 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza by Israeli shelling since early morning. Medical sources say the casualties include 5 municipal workers, including the head of Rafah's emergency department. Israeli tanks in western Rafah are encountering resistance. Israeli airstrikes have killed 8 Palestinians in the Zaytun neighborhood in Gaza. The Israeli army has confirmed the deaths of 2 military officers in the skirmishes. This brings the total number of Israeli soldiers killed in the war to 664. 3 civilians have been killed in Qalqilia in the occupied West Bank. Special forces have also besieged a building in Qalqilia. The World Health Organization is warning of health risks exacerbated by scorching heat and shortages of essentials like clean water and medical supplies. The death toll from Israel's war continues to rise at an alarming rate. At the time of writing, at least 37,431 Palestinians have been killed. A revised report by the United Nations estimates another 10,000 civilians are buried under the rubble. 85,653 Palestinians have been injured. Israel's death toll from Hamas's attacks stands at 1,139. Israel stands accused of genocide at the International Court of Justice. The court has ordered Tel Aviv to immediately halt its military operations in Rafah. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has intensified his criticism of the Biden administration. Netanyahu is defending his accusation that the United States withheld crucial military aid. U.S. officials have expressed frustration over Netanyahu's claims and denied them. Analysts say Netanyahu's rhetoric aims to bolster support ahead of the U.S. elections, especially from the Republicans. Netanyahu's comments come as the U.S. is trying to prevent escalation between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. Tensions have escalated along the Lebanese-Israeli border due to the retaliatory cross-border attacks involving Hezbollah. The Israeli army has already approved operational plans for offensive actions in Lebanon. Israeli Religious Affairs Minister Michael Melchiali says Israel has started preparing for potential mass burials. Since October last year, over 120,000 Israelis near the Lebanese and Gaza borders have been evacuated. And in related news, the Greek Cypriot administration has affirmed that it will not offer logistical support to Israel in any potential war with Hezbollah. This announcement follows a warning by Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah to Cyprus. Nasrallah has cautioned that any support to Israel would involve Cyprus in the conflict. Lebanese Foreign Minister Abdullah Abu Habib has discussed the issue with Greek Cypriot counterparts Konstantinos Kambaos. He emphasized Lebanon's confidence in Cyprus's role in regional stability. Kambaos has reiterated Cyprus's commitment to neutrality. He says the country aims to contribute to peace rather than exacerbate tensions. An Israeli army investigation has revealed that a significant number of casualties on October 7th occurred by friendly fire. The report says in multiple instances, Israeli forces mistakenly fired on their own units. This finding aligns with a recent UN inquiry which reveals that some Israeli deaths may have been intentional and followed a protocol aimed to prevent the capture of Israelis. Brigadier General Barak Hiram oversaw operations in Biri Kibbutz. Several Israeli prisoners being held by Palestinian fighters were killed by Israeli army firing on them. Egyptian exports to Israel have doubled this year, reaching $25 million in May. Despite strained relations, energy and security cooperation between the two nations has intensified. Israel's natural gas exports to Egypt have been rising sharply. The United Arab Emirates exports to Israel have increased to $242 million in the last month. Jordanian exports also saw growth during the same period, reaching $35.7 million. In contrast, Turkish exports to Israel dropped by over half. The figures fell from $376.6 million in May last year to $116.8 million in the last month. The decline follows Turkish trade restrictions imposed due to Israel's war. A festive gathering in a Montreal Park to mark Eid Al Adha has stirred debate. In Ahansik, Cartierville, communal prayers led to complaints and calls for banning religious events in public spaces. Critics, including secularists, argue such gatherings exclude non-faith members. However, supporters like Samer Majzoub from the Canadian Muslim Forum defend the celebrations as inclusive. Majzoub says there is nothing controversial about the Eid celebrations and Muslims are unfairly singled out in the province. Frederic Dejean from the University de Quebec is calling the criticism a double standard. He says larger Christian gatherings in downtown Montreal face less scrutiny. The advertising truck in Toronto displaying anti-Muslim messages is registered under Rebel News Network. The Islamophobic messages displayed on the truck screen have sparked controversy and fear in Canadians. Rebel News owner Ezra Levant says the truck's ad was created by a third party named Canadians Opposed to the Occupation of Our Streets and Campuses. He, however, did not reveal the identity of anyone behind the group. Toronto Police's hate crime unit is investigating the matter after community concern. Video footage shows the truck displaying provocative questions and images of Muslims. The truck was spotted at Nathan Phillips Square, and the questions include, is this Lebanon? Is this Yemen? Is this Syria? Is this Iraq? The truck then displays images of what appears to be Muslims praying and tells Canadians that their country is under siege. The National Council of Canadian Muslims and Canada's Special Representative on Combating Islamophobia criticized the truck's messaging as divisive and dangerous. Thank you for watching. Our news is produced by Muslim Network TV, which is a not-for-profit organization. We need your support for donations. Please scan the QR code on our broadcast or visit muslimnetwork.tv to donate now, so we can continue to amplify the voices of Muslims in Canada and abroad. Assalamu alaikum.